Don't forget to subscribe. Afterwards, the wisest and most spiritual books from the greatest authors await you every day. And now buckle up, sit back and we'll begin.
Samsara, the wheel of existence. Literally, the perpetual wandering is the name by which is designated the sea of life ever restlessly heaving up and down, the symbol of this continuous process of ever again and again being born, growing old, suffering, and dying. It is constantly changing from moment to moment, as lives follow continuously one upon the other through inconceivable periods of time. Of this samsara, a single lifetime constitutes only a vanishingly tiny fraction. Gautama Buddha. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Therefore, be ye lamps unto yourselves, be ye a refuge to yourselves. Hold fast to the truth as a lamp, hold fast as a refuge to the truth. Look not for refuge to anyone besides yourselves. The ocean, king of mountains, and the mighty continents are not heavy burdens to bear when compared to the burden of not repaying the world's kindness. Through zeal, knowledge is gotten. Through lack of zeal, knowledge is lost. Pain in life is inevitable, but suffering is not. A good horse runs with seeing just the shadow of the whip. By defilement of mind, beings are defiled. By purification of mind, beings are purified. Comparing oneself to others in such terms as just as I am so are they, just as they are so am I, he should neither kill nor cause others to kill. If you're respectful by habit, constantly honoring the worthy, four things increase: long life, beauty, happiness, strength. When a monk is an arahant, with his fermentations ended, one who has reached fulfillment, done the task, laid down the burden, attained the true goal, totally destroyed the fetter of becoming, and is released through right gnosis, the thought doesn't occur to him that there is someone better than me, or there is someone equal to me, or there is someone worse than me. The foot feels the foot when it feels the ground. If one is the master of oneself, one is the resort one can depend on, therefore, one should control oneself of all. 1 moment, 10,000 years. 10,000 years, 1 moment. Stay centered, do not overstretch. Extend from your center, return to your center. In Aryan's discipline, to build a friendship is to build wealth, to maintain a friendship is to maintain wealth, and to end a friendship is to end wealth. For fear of causing terror to living beings, Mahamati, let the bodhisattva who is disciplining himself to attain compassion, refrain from eating flesh. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. You can search the entire universe and not find a single being more worthy of love than you. Why are you so sure parallel lines exist? Believe nothing, merely because you have been told it, or because it is traditional, or because you have imagined it. We will be thankful and grateful. Not even the last thing that is done for us shall be forgotten. Through zeal, knowledge is gotten. Through lack of zeal, knowledge is lost. Let a man who knows this double path of gain and loss thus place himself that knowledge may grow. O man, you can take life easily, but Remember, none of you can give life. So, have mercy, have compassion. And, never forget, that compassion makes the world noble and beautiful. Our problems are not solved by physical force, by hatred, by war. Our problems are solved by loving kindness, by gentleness, by joy. From eating meat arrogance is born, from arrogance erroneous imaginations issue, and from imagination is born greed, and for this reason refrain from eating meat. Be your own lamps. Be your own shelters. Hang on to the truth as a lamp. Hang on to the truth as a refuge. After much seeking for truth and knowledge, the profoundness of reality came to me with a clarity never before known. A contemplative should pay equal attention to concentration, energetic effort and equanimity, and not exclusively to one of these factors only. There is nothing so disobedient as an undisciplined mind, and there is nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind. Until he has unconditional and unbiased love for all beings, man will not find peace. It is more important to prevent animal suffering, rather than sit to contemplate the evils of the universe praying in the company of priests. With our thoughts we make the world. Unkind people spread malicious tales, and well-intentioned people also censure, but in either case the tranquil sage remains unconcerned. Nowhere is there to be found a disconcerted sage. Even death is not to be feared by one who has lived wisely. It takes hundreds of years sitting together in the same boat. It takes thousands of years sharing the same bed with. It calls the predestined affinity. If a man can control his body and mind and thereby refrains from eating animal flesh and wearing animal products, I say he will really be liberated. Our theories of the eternal are as valuable as are those which a chick which has not broken its way through its shell might form of the outside world. Conquer a liar with truth. Just as a mother would protect with her life her own son, her only son, so one should cultivate an unbounded mind towards all beings, and loving kindness towards all the world. One should cultivate an unbounded mind, above and below and across, without obstruction, without enmity, without rivalry. Standing, or going, or seated, or lying down, as long as one is free from drowsiness, one should practice this mindfulness. This, they say, is the holy state here. Offensive acts come back upon the evildoer, like dust that is thrown against the wind. Besides the respect of the lives of human beings, all the animals and plants should be on the list too. That is the real humanitarianism. Stop, stop. Do not speak. The ultimate truth is not even to think. Being deeply learned and skilled, being well trained and using well-spoken words, this is good luck. Do not accept anything simply because it has been said by your teacher, or because it has been written in your sacred books, or because it has been believed by many, or because it has been handed down by your ancestors. Accept and live only according to what will enable you to see truth face to face. The worlds originate so that truth may come and dwell therein. Like the mother of the world, touch each being as your beloved child. Before you've seen it, and when you first see it, it is the greatest thing. Afterwards, it is ordinary. Love lasts when the relationship comes first. The poisonous serpent of afflictions is sleeping in your mind, just as if a black viper were asleep in your room. You must use the hook of precepts to quickly remove it. When the sleeping snake is gone, then you can rest at ease. There are three things that cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. There is nothing like lust. Lust may be said to be the most powerful passion. Fortunately, we have but one thing which is more powerful. If the thirst for truth were weaker than passion, how many of us in the world would be able to follow the way of righteous? Chase after money and security, and your heart will never unclench. All phenomena do not inherently exist because of being dependent arisings. All phenomena do not inherently exist because of being dependently imputed. Learn this from water. Loud splashes the brook, but the ocean's depth are calm. Speak the truth, do not become angered, and give when asked, even be it a little. By these three conditions one goes to the presence of the gods. If a man does what is good, let him do it again, let him delight in it. Happiness is the outcome of good. A person creates what they defend against. I am not, I will be, I will not be are vain thoughts, which is a sickness, and once all are eliminated no desire arises. Believe nothing, no matter where you read it, or who has said it, not even if I have said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense. Beings are owners of their actions, heirs of their actions. They originate from their actions, are bound to their actions, have their actions as their refuge. It is action that distinguishes beings as inferior and superior. Never tell a lie. Anyone who can tell you the slightest of lies is also capable of any evil. Just as a tree, though cut down, can grow again and again if its roots are undamaged and strong, in the same way if the roots of craving are not wholly uprooted, sorrows will come again and again. Give the people confidence. Give the people delight. Give the people hope. Give the people the best. What is the noble truth of suffering? Birth is suffering, aging is suffering, and sorrow and lamentation, pain, grief and despair are suffering. Whatever an enemy might do to an enemy, or a foe to a foe, the ill-directed mind can do to you even worse. You must take action yourself, for Buddhas only teach the way. Conquer the angry man by love. He whose inflowing thoughts are dried up, who is unattached to food, whose dwelling place is an empty and imageless release, the way of such a person is hard to follow, like the path of birds through the sky. Let a man avoid evil deeds as a man who loves life avoids poison. This is my child, this is my wealth. Such thoughts are the preoccupations of fools. If we are unable to own even ourselves, why make such claims? The easiest beneficence is a smile. The simplest release is to have a vegetarian meal. What I know is like the leaves on that tree, what I teach is only a small part. But I offer it to all with an open hand. What do I not teach? Whatever is fascinating to discuss, divides people against each other, but has no bearing on putting an end to sorrow. What do I teach? only what is necessary to take you to the other shore. Insignificant is the loss of relatives, wealth and fame. The loss of wisdom is the greatest loss. Insignificant is the increase of relatives, wealth and fame. The increase of wisdom is the highest gain. Therefore, you should train yourselves thus. We will grow in the increase of wisdom, thus you should train yourselves. The mind is pure and luminous by nature. It is defiled only by adventitious thoughts and emotions. Cultivation of meditative stability alone will not destroy the discrimination of inherent existence. Afflictive emotions can return, making all sorts of disturbances. Teach you? I cannot teach you. Go, experience for yourself. Persevere in thy quest, and thou shalt find what thou seekest. Pursue thy aim unswervingly, and thou shalt gain victory. Struggle earnestly, and thou shalt triumph. What is this world condition? Body is the world condition. And with body and form goes feeling, perception, consciousness, and all the activities throughout the world. The arising of form and the ceasing of form, everything that has been heard, sensed, and known, sought after and reached by the mind, all this is the embodied world, to be penetrated and realized. How can a troubled mind understand the way? If a man is disturbed, he will never be filled with knowledge. An untroubled mind, no longer seeking to consider what is right and what is wrong, a mind beyond judgments, watches and understands. Know that the body is a fragile jar, and make a castle of your mind. In every trial let understanding fight for you to defend what you have won. There are 5 things which no one is able to accomplish in this world. First, to cease growing old when he is growing old. Second, to cease being sick. Third, to cease dying. Fourth, to deny dissolution when there is dissolution. Fifth, to deny non-being. You must leave righteous ways behind, not to speak of unrighteous ways. Just as a tree, though cut down, sprouts up again if its roots remain uncut and firm, even so, until the craving that lies dormant is rooted out, suffering springs up again and again. In compassion lies the world's true strength. Follow the truth of the way. Reflect upon it. Make it your own. Live it. It will always sustain you. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. Better than 1,000 hollow verses is one verse that brings peace. Better than 100 hollow lines is one line of the Dharma, bringing peace. It is better to conquer yourself than to win 1,000 battles. Then the victory is yours. It cannot be taken from you, not by angels or by demons, heaven or hell. Let a man neither give himself over to pleasures, nor yet let him give himself over to self-mortification. To the exclusion of both these extremes, the truth finder has discovered a middle course. After enlightenment, the laundry. To master the pride of defiant selfhood, that in truth is the highest bliss. The calm say that what is well spoken is best. Second, that one should say what is right, not unrighteous. Third, what's pleasing, not displeasing. Fourth, what is true, not false. Chaos is inherent in all compounded things. Strive on with diligence. watering the flowers and the trees, whispering to them, talking to them. Then, they will grow to be more bright and luxuriant. To support mother and father, to cherish wife and children, and to be engaged in peaceful occupation, this is the greatest blessing. Live in joy, in love, even among those who hate. Live in joy, in health, even among the afflicted. Live in joy, in peace, even among the troubled. Look within. Be still. Free from fear and attachment, know the sweet joy of living in the way. When one is overcome by this wretched, clinging desire in the world, one's sorrows increase like grass growing up after a lot of rain. Be lamps unto yourselves. Be refuges unto yourselves. Take yourself no external refuge. Hold fast to the truth as a lamp. Hold fast to the truth as a refuge. Look not for a refuge in anyone besides yourselves, and those, Ananda, who either now or after I am dead, shall be a lamp unto themselves, shall betake themselves as no external refuge, but holding fast to the truth as their lamp, holding fast to the truth as their refuge, shall not look for refuge to anyone else besides themselves. It is they who shall reach to the very topmost height, but they must be anxious to learn. But if you miss it, you will next be confronted with the angry deities, threatening you and barring your passage, because you turned a deaf ear to the saving truths of religion. All these forms are strange to you, they terrify you, and yet it is you who have created them. Do not give in to your fright, flee them not. They are but the contents of your own mind. If at this point you should manage to understand that, and you will find yourself in a paradise among the angels. Destroy the man of wicked thoughts, like a bamboo tree with its fruit. One is not low because of birth, nor does birth make one holy. Deeds alone make one low, deeds alone make one holy. All phenomena link together in a mutually conditioning network. No clouds gathered in the skies and the polluted streams became clear, whilst celestial music rang through the air and the angels rejoiced with gladness. With no selfish or partial joy, but for the sake of the law they rejoiced, for creation engulfed in the ocean of pain was now to obtain release. Those who are ashamed of what they ought not to be ashamed, and are not ashamed of what they ought to be, such men, embracing erroneous views, enter the woeful path. Gautama Buddha.
And that's not all. Our experts and regular viewers respond to all comments. Also check if you forgot to subscribe and set your bell to receive notifications about new audiobooks and other useful self-development materials that we release regularly. Join in the discussions, don't forget to give likes and, if possible and inspired, support the development of the channel financially. All useful links will be in the description and the first attached comment. Goodness, love and wisdom to all. And now move on to watch the next part of the video at the links below, or choose something from the playlists of the channel and those you see on the screen.